is a war, and you're gonna face some tough battles. It's not always gonna be, smooth sail. But the calm seas never made a skilled sailor. Now, with that said, you're gonna face some hardships. It's gonna be tough times, a lot of downfalls. A lot of people are gonna say no. You're gonna face rejections. But look, you've got to understand that it's part of the process. You see, the only way to success is through those failures, through the down times and the hardships. Life is a war. It's always going to be a daily battle. And there'll be days you experience pain, but pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, hour, day, or even a year, but eventually it will subside and something better will take its place. In them moments where you want to quit, that's when your mind starts to come with all these excuses. But let me tell you this, them excuses, they're lies. Every single one of them. And if you don't push through and quit, that pain, that fear, that doubt will last forever. But you've got to embrace it. You can't fight it off and expect for it to not come back or leave it there if it will just go away. You've got to embrace that pressure. Take it head on. Because when we face our fears, that's when we find out what we're made of. It's in the darkness that we truly experience the light. It's through the losses that we truly embrace the taste of success. Check this. One does not learn from their own success. It's desirable to learn from other people's failures, but it's only truly seared in when we experience our own failures. And that's when we learn the best lessons. You see, most people fail because they lack of patience. Patience allows us to make informed decisions by suspending the judgment and using our past experiences to make better judgment is what allows us to be successful. You see, patience allows us to have flexibility to overcome some of our darkest times. Patience allows us to take a step back and see our life from various perspectives, thus paving the way to more of a fulfilled life. Instead of rushing in, trying to lean back on our own understanding. You see, sometimes it's about walking by faith, not by sight. Sometimes it's about taking the time to really evaluate your situation. If you're going through a tough time, what is the cause of it? Are you really saying all these negative stuff about you? Planting all these negative seeds, speaking these words into fruition and still expecting success? Because you can't tell yourself you're not good enough and expect to be good enough. You can't tell yourself that you're not valuable and expect to feel valuable. You can't say that you're not a confident person and expect to feel confident. It all starts from you believing it. You've got to see it, believe it, and execute it. But all starts from our mind. See, life is often a perception. We're here on social media, we see all these celebrities with the latest stuff. You know, the flashy stuff, innit? Alright, now check this. If you've got food in the fridge, clothes on your body, a place to sleep and a roof over your head, you're richer than 75% of the world's population. If you are alive today watching this video and you've got more health and illness, then you're blessed. 1 million people will not survive the next week. Some people don't wake up to see the next morning. Listen to and understand this message. You're more fortunate than 3 billion people. You can't. 3 billion people with mental disabilities. But people then, look, I just want to encourage you to understand that life is not about complaining, it's about living and being grateful for what you have. It's so easy to get caught up in comparing our lives with someone else's life that seems perfect, to compare ourselves to someone's chapter 10 when we're on our chapter 1. But remember that our stories are different. We are all authors of our own book, and it's going to take time. Someone might have 100 pages, someone else might have 50 pages. But to compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10, it's like comparison is the thief of all joy. So don't compare yourself to someone else that you see on social media. That's just a snapshot of their life. I Now listen to this, yeah? Just because you feel discouraged doesn't mean you have to be discouraged. Just because you're feeling down doesn't mean you have to be down. Just because you have fear doesn't mean fear has to have you. Do not let your emotions dictate what you do. Do not let them control your life. You are the sailor of your own ship. Failure. This ain't gonna work out. Everybody hates me. I cut that out. The words that you speak, don't be surprised when it comes true. Because that's the story that you're putting out. You see, the words that you speak, that's you reprogramming your mind. The words that you speak will eventually come true. And when they do, it's now going to become a mission to reprogram your mind and go to a positive state where you want to get to be. See, the righteous man falls down 7 times, but he gets up again for the 8th time. Now look, as I've said already, life is a war, but you see, half of the battle is just showing up on a consistent basis. Half of the battle is just being there, facing whatever emotion you're feeling and actually confronting it head on. And then the other half is putting in the work to get over it, to overcome it. Because as I said, a calm sea has never made a skilled sailor. It is truly in the darkness that one can see the light. And it's our light that allows other people to be liberated and embrace their own light. But if we keep our light to ourselves, we're in the darkness because we're scared of the opinions of others, then we will all continue to live in a normality that's not ours. Ladies and gentlemen, look, when it hurts, remember that the pain ain't permanent. You're bigger than your pain, you're better than your pain, you can get through it. Don't give in, don't give up. Remember those words when you feel the pain, because it's true. It may seem cliche when you hear all the top successful people say, hard work gets you this, hard work gets you that. But they say that for a reason. They preach it for a reason. You can't preach something and not practice it. You've got to practice what you preach. But the essence of hard work is real. If you don't give in, you will win. If you don't give up, you will win. But you can't work out for 3 months, not see results, stop, and then complain as to why you're not seeing results. It's a consistent grind, a daily battle that you have to keep going at. I just want to remind you people that this is not the first time you've cried. This is not the first time you didn't have enough money. This is not the first time you've had a heart broken. This is not the first time you failed. This is not the first time you felt embarrassed. This is not the first time you felt worthless. But you will get through it. You will literally fail your way to success. Fear and pressure are something that comes from it. But it's the pressure that you've got to embrace. When life is hard, you've got to take it head on, because there's no other way to get around it. When life is hard, you've got to persevere just that one more time. When life is hard, remember how far you've come. Because if you're watching this video today, you survived 100% of your worst days. So at some point, you are due a good day. And it will come, as long as you keep on fighting. Don't give up. Guys, just say, I'ma live to tell the story. See, every single one of my burdens, they too shall pass. Every single one of my burdens, inside of them there's a blessing. In each and every single one. Because there's no success without failure. And there's no failure without success. But if you give up, you will lose. If you give up, you'll be miserable. But that's what makes the champions champions. That's what makes the happy people happy. They push on. They fight for it. Because that happiness is worth fighting for. That success is worth being relentless for. In the long run, it's worth it. But understand that the happiness is an eternal thing. If you're not happy with yourself, you'll never be happy with anything externally. It's all from within. Alright, but look, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna get up, you're gonna get out, you're gonna get dressed, you're gonna do what you've been called to do. You're gonna prove everybody wrong. You're gonna show everybody that's tried to take and break your dream that you are capable. And you will get through this. Whatever it is, whatever season you're going through right now, you will get through this. If you do not give up, you will win. Let me say that again, just in case you missed that. If you do not give up, you will win. Because it's the man or the woman that's relentless enough, that's willing to persevere, that gets up just that one more time, that gives that little bit extra 1%, that always wins. At the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, what have you got to lose? Just show up. As I said, half of the battle is just showing up. Dust yourself off, get back on your feet, and you go at it again. You will find the strength to do it. But if you only wait for the feeling to do it, if you only do it when you feel like it, it's not gonna happen. It's the days that you don't feel like it are the ones that count. Because when you feel like it, it's easy. Anybody can do it. But it's a person that says, I have to do it before I feel the moment, instead of feeling the moment before I do it, that will win. They will win. You've got to get up, go for it first. Period. And I'm telling you right now, don't give in. I'm telling you right now, don't give up. I'm telling you right now, you can work through your pain. And boy, woof! If you can work through your pain and get to the other side, I guarantee you, I'm telling you, there is a reward waiting for you. But you've got to push through. You've got to make it happen. You've got to break through those barriers. Because limitations like fear are often an illusion. Now let me leave you guys with this. Remember this next time life gets hard, next time you feel like you're going through a struggle, or next time life hurts. Pain is temporary. Pain is not permanent. It will not last forever. As long as you just keep going. Just show up. You've got nothing left to give. Pain is temporary, not permanent.